Weather Impact Live. I am 10 Tampa Bay meteorologist James Gregorio.
And I'm 10 Tampa Bay meteorologist Colleen Campbell.
Yeah, and we're jumping into the cold temperatures and the cold air.
I think a lot of Floridians probably want to blame us northern folks.
Yeah, I know.
We can't take the blame. Everybody's suffering through it.
Exactly,
so.
exactly. And we're a little bit better off here, much better off here. But we're going to get our share of winter, unfortunately, what's going to feel like winter heading our way. So we're tracking the forecast and certainly tracking those cold, wicked temperatures. All right, so we've had multiple weather impact alerts in place this week already, and they're going to continue through the upcoming weekend.
Yeah, so for tomorrow, we went ahead and aligned it to kind of go with what the National Weather Service had for those freeze watches, warnings, advisories, everything that comes out. You know, we want to make sure we're aligned with them too. So we did add Thursday, and then of course we all know this weekend really getting a mix of everything.
Yeah, and we also have Saturday up there, but it's not for the cold. Saturday is more so for the rain.
Yes.
So that's a kind of a separate graphic, if you will. We didn't want to confuse you with the cold weather alerts. Those are Thursday, Sunday, and Monday, but yet we also have another one in effect for Saturday as well. So looking outside here, downtown Tampa, St. Pete, TPA, Armature Works, Sarasota, it all looks awesome at the hour. Tons of sunshine. What a beautiful,
gorgeous.
6-box shot there. So nothing to worry about there. Temperature-wise, you know what? Not so bad either. We're in the upper 50s, and it's just outside shooting some video and, doing my thing out there, and it was nice just to be outside in a kind of work shirt, polo shirt.
When you're in the sun, it definitely helps. Yesterday I was exercising, and I love that. When you work up a sweat and then you go outside and hit the cold, it's like,
refreshing?
Yeah, gives you that extra zip to your day.
Yeah, or makes you want to run back inside and finish up what you're doing. All right, Arcadia at 63 here, Sebring at 62, Wauchula at about 62, but Bartow, the warm spot, at 64. However, Newport Richey at 49 degrees right now, so pretty big swing across the area. On the Futurecast, you can see that we look good going into tonight, and again, another very similar night. Winds are pretty light, so 6-7 miles an hour as we head into the overnight hours with clear skies. Could be a pretty good radiational cooling night with those lighter winds as well. Out of a northerly direction, so that north wind will certainly make it feel cool as we wake up tomorrow morning. Another very similar start. Those wake-up temperatures upper 30s to about 40, and obviously as you make your way to the nature coast, those temperatures will be closer to freezing.
Yeah, it's really going to be rough as we kind of finish off the week. We have the last little bits of, I don't even want to call it warmer, milder temperatures because we're still below average.
Right.
But this is it. As we move into the weekend, we're kind of getting right back into that cold.
Yeah. Another reinforcing shot of cold air. We'll talk about that coming up in the upper air pattern, how that's dipping down and really diving well to the south. So as we move into your Thursday, looking good, high temperatures, mid-60s maybe, so it might even feel even nicer. So you might be able to exercise outside tomorrow. How about that?
Right?
How about that? Go for a bike, a walk, a run, especially tomorrow and in towards Friday as well, because the gig is going to be up after Friday. We're going to be talking about some cold air heading our way, unfortunately. There it is, Friday morning, looking okay. And as we head into the afternoon, we still have a few clouds in play and in place as we head towards Friday evening, but this is sort of setting the stage for, at Gasparilla Saturday as we head into Gasparilla. Obviously a huge event here. Saturday morning, there it is, a couple showers trying to line up here, getting a little bit closer to St. Pete at about 1 o'clock in the morning, diving a little further southward here from the Bay Area, but that's 2 a.m., so we'll see if that comes to fruition. All right, so Gasparilla Parade, 54 degrees or so. So, cool. A cool Gasparilla. So,
and those winds, they're really going to be
still
wicked.
Robust, right?
Yeah.
So, not the best forecast for Gasparilla, and so they tell me. A lot of the ladies go out and buy, kind of cute Gasparilla outfits and things like that.
Yeah.
So,
Cute's a polite word.
Right. So, so whatever you want to call it.
Risque.
Perhaps. But obviously, with temperatures like these, that might be cute outfit spoiling. So, unfortunately, you might have to go back to Plan B, which perhaps might not be as cute.
Right. Well, another thing to consider here is the invasion is early on in the day, early in the morning, and the winds will be picking up speed throughout the afternoon. So it's really not going to be the best boating weather, especially for Saturday afternoon into Sunday. It's really going to be rocky. And I know a lot of people that like to go out there on their boats. You really have to be careful with the smaller vessels. The last time that we had a big wind event like this, we had a couple kayakers that were, now I don't know how many people will be kayaking because it will be cold too, But
That's all right. I mean,
a couple rescues.
Yeah, I rode my paddleboard for the Tampa Bay Frogman a couple weeks ago, and
I think it was that same weekend when we had all the winds.
Yes, that weekend. In fact, and one of the kayakers, not from the event, but a kayaker, was missing.
Yes.
And then unfortunately he died, lost his
Yeah.
life. But in terms of the water temperatures, I thought it was absolutely fine. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't bother me at all. And I kind of messed up and fell in once anyway. So, and it still was fine.
Right.
However, so the winds, the conditions on the water, if you're not experienced, and how you can literally, if you've got to row and paddle against the wind, against the current, that could really be dangerous. So but at least in terms of the channel temperatures, the bay temperatures,
in the 60s, you're
but
better off in the water.
You might be.
Yeah, just a little rough.
Right. So I keep forgetting to take the flag off here. But the marine forecast looks like this here. In the short term, generally looking okay as we head through your Thursday. Seas about 2 to 3. Winds are coming down. It's fine. However, as we make our way in towards Saturday, those winds will likely come back up with the front, and that could be problematic. So we've been talking about that, and you're right. So if you're in a small craft, if you're in a little Boston whaler, little John boat, whatever, it's not the day you want to be like, oh, let me go join the flotilla. There is no flotilla joining if you're in a small craft. So
absolutely not. Yeah.
So all right. So freeze warning in effect as well. We've got the freeze warning up until at least tomorrow morning. And I feel like this has been expanded here.
Yes.
This runs all the way from South Georgia through almost to South Florida.
Yeah, I was going to say, we have had a couple cold spells so far this year and last year. But yeah, look how far south that goes. I mean, I worked in Fort Myers.
Right.
It's not that common.
No. So the cold weather advisory runs all the way down to Marco Island practically. So we're getting pretty close to Palm Beach County, into Brevard, and how it's.
Yeah, and they really have a lot of iguanas down that way too. That's where there's iguana. I mean, we have some up here, but they're really invasive, especially when you get into Miami. So I know they always like to talk about the iguana alerts. I mean, still, even if they're not under a cold weather advisory, it's still going to be cold. It's just slightly above freezing.
Yeah, exactly. So they can get cold stunned. Yeah. So they're not dead. They may fall out or fall off the tree or wherever they are when the stunning happens. Yeah. So that's hence the falling iguanas. If you see that, don't touch them. They're not dead. Leave them alone, and they'll
probably perk right back up if you touch them.
They'll perk right back up. A couple cans of spinach and a Red Bull, then we're good to go. So
there you go.
All right. Future cast here for Gasparilla. We're running through it here as we head into Saturday, and you can see the rain threat is gone. Let me slow that down a little bit, because that was like a previously frozen iguana on spinach and Red Bull. So let me just stop this for a second. So I'm going to rewind it here for you, because I know that went by really, really fast, and I don't want it to be that fast. So let's rewind it for you just a little bit here. So you could see this, Saturday morning early, that's when this particular model, we're going to zoom it on in, has a few showers in place, 5 a.m., 6 a.m. And keep in mind, this is really light rain. 6 o'clock in the morning, really light if it comes to fruition at all. And then as we head towards 7, look, it's gone on this particular model.
Right.
But as we know, it is model guidance. It is not gospel. It is not set in stone. But that's encouraging. But watch the temperature, 53 at 9:40, 54. There's a little bump there. And then, boom, there it is, 1:30. We're down to 50 degrees.
Yeah. And that's when most people will start going out.
Look at that, 4:30 in the afternoon, it's 46 degrees.
Ooh.
How about that?
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of cold pirates walking around, that's for
sure.
Although and that's one thing you have to think of, and all joking aside, when you're out drinking, and you really have to be careful, because treat it out like you do up north. You're out drinking, you're thinking you're not so cold. You can definitely, you have to listen to your body.
Exactly.
Sometimes when adult beverages are involved, you're not the most responsible. So please make sure you're.
There could be some bad decision making. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, between. If you're cold, you may not realize it.
Exactly.
Because you're,
Right. So it goes from bad to worse pretty easily when you're, not feeling any pain per se.
Right.
Anyway, hopefully this show hasn't been painful for you. We're going to have a couple more blocks coming up here. We're going to take a short break, and I promise you the next block won't be painful. We'll show you some cool sights from around the U.S. and one city that has done a horrible job at getting the snow off its roads. We'll talk about that coming up.
Before hurricane season hits, it's time to prep your home. Familiarize yourself with where your water shutoff valve is located. If backflow prevention devices are installed, get them tested annually.
Those are some great tips, and Cool Today is here to help you weather the storm. For over 60 years, we've been here to help Floridians with their cooling, plumbing, and electrical needs. We can help you prepare, protect, and repair your home. Call 888-40-TODAY.
I was driving when a Ford pickup truck barreled into me from behind, sending me to the hospital.
I knew my husband was going to need an excellent attorney, so I called Dan Newland.
I'm so glad my wife called Dan. Dan really fought for me. He won my case and got me $650,000.
If you've been involved in a car accident, allow me to fight for you. Call me now at 813-888-8000.
Thanks, Dan, for winning my husband's case.
This autumn, give your home the upgrade it deserves. Save up to 20% during California Closet's Autumn Upgrade event, making it easier than ever to transform your space with our select finishes. Whether it's a walk-in closet, home office, pantry, or garage, our designs are about more than organization. They're about creating space for what belongs. We call it practical magic, expert design that feels effortless. Visit one of our 3 Tampa Bay showrooms or schedule your complimentary consultation today at CaliforniaClosetsTampaBay.com.
Windows are created and installed with different levels of quality. You need quality that can withstand the tropical climate. Our installers only install PGT custom windows and doors, so we are the go-to experts. Don't take my word for it. We have been named Best of Tampa Bay 3 years in a row, Reader's Choice in Sarasota 3 years in a row, and nationally recognized as Window and Door Dealer of the Year. Price is what you pay, but value is what you get. Give WeatherTight Windows a call today, and don't forget the cookies.
All right, everyone, welcome back. This is a live look at the National Mall in Washington, D.C. It's a beautiful picture.
Yeah.
With the snow, with the sun going down this time of year as well. And it's hard to see, but the Potomac has got a fair bit of ice on it as well. So this looks awesome with the snow. You know what doesn't look awesome?
The local streets?
The local streets. So, yeah, they don't look good at all. So this is our nation's capital. So let's say you're a visitor. Let's say you're, associated with the machine, the political machine in Washington, D.C. Let's say you've got family or friends or working out of an embassy or something, or coming to town for the, all the politics or anything else that you might come to Washington, D.C. Yeah, this is what we have for you to greet you. Welcome to Washington, D.C. So it's 3 days after the storm. That's Northeast D.C. That's not looking good.
Yeah, it looks like they either didn't prime it well or,
prime it.
or get it shoveled in time. Because what happens here is it just, those plastic
it looks like
shovels.
They didn't plow at all. It looks
Yeah.
like, those are just tracks.
Right.
And again, this is our nation's capital. This isn't a rinky-dink little town in Podunk, America.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
Look
That's
at
really
that.
bad. Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's unacceptable, inexcusable.
Yeah. Yeah, well, here's the thing, if you don't get ahead of it, you're just going to get behind.
Right. True.
A lot of this melts, refreezes, which looks like, those tracks everybody driving by with their cars.
Right.
You just have the snow that's just patted down, refreezes into ice. It's very hard to get rid of it at that point.
Dangerous.
Yeah.
And again, in the spirit of full transparency, I have a daughter that goes to school and lives there and has already had one vehicle damaged on a beautiful day by somebody on a bicycle, a city bicycle, that just ran into the back of her car. So this
Not
is
the best biking weather.
No. But if that happens on a beautiful day in the district, imagine what could happen like this. So anyway, I know I'm on my soapbox a little bit, but anyway,
it's not like they don't get snow.
Right.
Snow is a fairly common event for them in D.C.
Correct, and more common. So you would think the response would be a little bit better. I guess I just had higher support expectations.
Right. Yeah. No, I know. Well, look at Philadelphia. I mean, both of us worked out there, and there's parts of North Philly that also haven't been touched.
Yeah, that's again. I don't know how that's possible in this day and age. I mean, and you wonder why car insurance rates are so high, and you wonder why this and that, and I don't know. I don't get it. So anyway, an area that they're probably going to improve more quickly than in Washington, D.C.? Tennessee. So there have been a lot of power outages, a lot of issues there, but they are working really hard to restore power and infrastructure and everything else.
Good.
And the effort there in Tennessee has been really, really good. Let's take a look at Tennessee. And I know we have is it just a live look from Tennessee? Yeah, I think it's a live look from Nashville. And
Tennessee's been hit very hard.
Really hard.
Yeah. And I mean, just severe weather, thinking about tornadoes. And in recent years, Tennessee and Kentucky have both seen an uptick in tornadoes. And, so this isn't their first, their first
rodeo.
big winter event.
Right.
But, they've had a couple challenges where, entire towns really just suffered from long track tornadoes and power outages, I'm sure, from just other types of storm damage. So it's great that they're, restoring that pattern.
Yeah, and getting it back on the road. So thousands of residents in Nashville are still waiting for power to be restored from the weekend. Reporter Kelsey Gibbs shows us what homeowners are experiencing as they wait for the lights and heat to come back on.
I heard a tree branch crash. I saw sparks fly from the power line, and then our power went out.
For many across Middle Tennessee, the story repeats. Freezing rain and ice laying claim to power lines and poles, leaving tens of thousands without light or heat. As of Tuesday night, NES reported that around 110,000 homes were still powerless, and more than 280 poles were broken.
I'm hoping to talk to somebody over there in a little while. That's my hope.
Louis Eron bundled up quietly watching linemen battle the cold as they worked throughout his Bellevue neighborhood. At his house, his power line sits in the snow, disconnected from the transformer.
We were lucky enough to get our hands on a generator, and so we're warm, but we're being patient. We're luckier than some other people.
Outside, an army mobilizes, NES crews logging 14 to 16-hour shifts. More than 118,000 have power again. But for many, the wait stretches out like the cold.
We happened to catch one of the NES pickup trucks driving by, and waved them down, and they were very honest and said, we would have never found this house if you didn't wave us down.
Thousands from West and North Nashville, Madison, Hendersonville, East Nashville, Brentwood, and Bellevue remain in the dark.
The way we prioritize the work that we're doing is to make sure we get the largest number of customers taken care of at a time. We are focusing on those circuits with 1,000 or 2,000 or more customers to be restored.
Brent Baker with NES says to meet the challenge, NES has called line workers from across the country and more than 700 strong.
We're up to 740 this morning, and we'll be at 925 this evening. Those are linemen that are working on our system, and another 207 vegetation crews who are making a way for those linemen to get where they need to go.
With each hour, the ice weighs down wires and trees. Neighbors wait, grateful for small comforts, steady in their faith that warmth and light will return soon.
Very appreciative.
When we get big storms like this, you see it brings out oftentimes the best.
Yeah.
And you see great responses, and you see men and women doing fantastic things, helping their neighbors, doing great work to get the services back on, the lights, the heat, and all that. And then you see examples of, perhaps they didn't put in as much work.
Yeah.
Right?
I was looking at all those trees. I mean, freezing rain was such a big thing with the South there because everything, freezing rain is such a danger because it just clings to everything. I mean, any hard surface, forget it. It's just frozen over, and it takes a while. There's really nothing to thaw them out, maybe a little bit of sunshine during the day, but then once you hit the temperatures at night, it just freezes back over.
Exactly.
So
it's a pretty
big danger there.
Big danger, vicious process as well. Let's check out this video here. Ice buildup, Hudson River. So, we're going to go to the break, and then on the way back, we're going to talk about the ice on the icy Hudson.
I was involved in a very bad car accident. Called attorney Dan Newland, and it was like 1, 2, 3. Dan really got it done for me. At the end of my case, he got me $525,000.
As one of the largest personal injury law firms in the United States, my team and I remain committed more than ever to win big on your case. Involved in a car accident? Let's get started. Call me at 813-888-8000.
Thank you, Dan, for winning my case.
This autumn, give your home the upgrade it deserves. Save up to 20% during California Closet's Autumn Upgrade event, making it easier than ever to transform your space with our select finishes. Whether it's a walk-in closet, home office, pantry, or garage, our designs are about more than organization. They're about creating space for what belongs. We call it practical magic, expert design that feels effortless. Visit one of our 3 Tampa Bay showrooms or schedule your complimentary consultation today at CaliforniaClosetsTampaBay.com.
Windows are created and installed with different levels of quality. Unique quality that can withstand the tropical climate. Our installers only install PGT custom windows and doors, so we are the go-to experts. Don't take my word for it. We have been named Best of Tampa Bay 3 years in a row, Reader's Choice in Sarasota 3 years in a row, and nationally recognized as Window and Door Dealer of the Year. Price is what you pay, but value is what you get. Give WeatherTight Windows a call today, and don't forget the cookies.
With a fresh new look and over 60 years of keeping Floridians comfortable, Cool Today is the name to trust for fast same-day service. Cooling, plumbing, and electrical. Our friendly expert technicians take the hassle out of home repair today. And Cool Today is here for you tomorrow, too. That's why we're introducing a parts and labor warranty on select AC systems for a lifetime. For cooling, plumbing, or electrical service, get the best from today and for years to come. Cool Today.
All right, so yeah, look at that. Look at the ice.
Yeah.
Look at the ice dams in the Hudson River. So ice flows and those New York waterway ferries, they're really good. Keep in mind, I don't know if you saw that, you may have seen the movie, portraying Sully and the Miracle on the Hudson. I forgot what the movie was. I think the movie was called Sully. Right.
Yeah.
So anyway, the ferry operators were some of the first on the scene, literally. And that's true. That's a true part of that story. And they did a fantastic job of rescuing all those passengers. So,
very cool.
That's tugboat.
Yeah.
And, just trying to break up the ice.
Moving along.
So those things are built it's basically like a tank on the
right,
water. So
yeah.
look at the ice build up there.
Wow.
That looks like on the Manhattan side as compared to the Jersey side there. So, yeah, lots of ice. The middle of the river looks better. Obviously, the water and the current a little bit more robust there, but closer to shore. You're looking at the George Washington Bridge there. So there's a really awesome little red lighthouse under there. You can't see from there. Anyway, waterfall, the Passaic River. I don't know if this is the Great Falls of Patterson, which is part of the Passaic River, but it is looking rather icy, no doubt. So it is the Passaic River, not quite sure. I guess that's probably a side angle shot of it. So I don't know of any waterfalls or any, other than the Great Falls of Patterson. So it's just, I think it's just a kind of different angle, but pretty cool. And you can see how snowy that is there. Yep. And if there's an observation little area, like there's somebody standing there checking it out. So the Great Falls of Patterson look like they're pretty great today.
Yeah, kudos to them. I don't even know how they got over there.
I don't know. I don't know where that shot is coming from.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's been a while, I guess. So I've been all over the country in 2 years. So it's been a little while for Jimmy there. But anyway, yeah, it's flowing. So it's not frozen yet, but you can see, a little bit frozen. Anyway, our forecast for tonight, 38 degrees is going to do it. It's cold. Tomorrow,